Hey guys, Dave from Wolfhard Hobbying here, and today we're going to take a look at an unboxing for the Wrath of Kings House Goritsi faction. This is the Specialist Box 2 Blood Engine and Keeper. Just wanted to show you what's inside the box, as there are variant sculpts through the Kickstarter. Again, not sure if these are going to be in the retail version, but wanted to give you an idea of what's available for the Blood Engine. The Keeper there, he's not a specific model. He doesn't come with any stats or anything. So I think he's just a bonus model for the Kickstarter. But we'll have to wait and see what comes out in the retail version. So let's take a look and see what's inside. So here we go. We've got the pieces laid out on the desk here. As you can see, there's quite a few pieces. So just wanted to show everything. With all of the Wrath of Kings models, they come with these stat cards. Similar to Malifaux, this is how you keep track of your attacks. His base is a nice big 80mm base. I like this, the insert style with the lip. Makes it easier to make scenic bases and everything like that without worrying about overflow going onto the sides of the base, so there's less cleanup on the base. So coming in closer, we're going to take a look. This is the main body of the Blood Engine. Lots and lots of detail on this guy in his face. He's got a little stitching going on in his chest. He has these slotted holes for all the pieces to go in, like all the other models of Wrath of Kings. I really like this. He's got a lot of detail in his gut there with his innards hanging out. Very disgusting, very grotesque, but that's the idea that you want to go for. Lots of stitching on him as well, which is going to be nice added little details to paint. So there's only the main body. So now we'll take a look at the backpacks or the engines on him. The one on the left is the original version of it, and the one on the right was the Kickstarter sculpt. So I'm not sure if that's going to be in the retail box, but just wanted to give you a look at it. I'm not a big fan of the one on the right, as it kind of just reminds me of a snail shell. Doesn't really speak horrors to me. As the Goritsi should be. So I think I'm going to go with this backpack here, as it's very steampunkish, and it just seems to suit the model a little bit better than the snail looking tank. So lots of detail on these pieces as well. Again, this is just personal preference. Don't like the single smokestack on that one. Looks a little too modern age and doesn't really fit with the theme of Wrath of Kings. So the next pieces we're going to look at are his left arm. So this is the variant sculpt through Kickstarter. I like it. It's got a nice huge blade on it. He's got that armor piece right up there. Very, very, very menacing looking. Makes him look very fearsome. It's something I wouldn't want to see on a battlefield personally here. But so this is the variant. Again, not sure if that's going to be in the retail box, but I think that's the arm I'm going to use. So we'll just take a look at the original version of the arm. Comes in 3 pieces. He's got a little wrist chain thing there, and it just to show you what it looks like. Going to dry fit this on here. So it just slips on like that, and then goes on to the rest of the arm, like that. So that's the original arm, and if the alternate sculpts aren't in the box, this is what you're going to get in the retail version, is this mangled arm with a mound of flesh for a hand or a foot. So this is his right arm here, and I really like the sculpt on this one. There isn't an alternate sculpt here, but I like the gnarled flesh on his foot. Just the stitching, the little spikes or pins in his arm there and there. I like the human arm that's just kind of randomly been stitched to the side of the leg there. So lots of details in these models. And this one here is actually his right back leg. I like it because it's just a big hulking arm, so it gives him kind of a Frankenstein feel, that he's just a mess of body parts just stitched together, which I really enjoy, especially for the House Goritsi faction, where a lot of their units are based off of that early horror theme and everything. So this guy here, this is the Keeper. Again, he doesn't have any stat card or any stats within the game, so I believe he's just kind of a bonus model. You could stick him on the base with the Blood Engine, but I believe the base is not big enough. You can give him a separate base, make him a marker in the game if you want, and I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, so I'm not going to worry about painting or building this guy right away. So his arm, he's fairly easy put together. His arm just fits in there. He's got a needle, so he's pretty much the guy who stitches them together. And then this sword probably just rests in his hand. Again, I'm not going to worry about building this guy, as he's not important to the game. So here are the pieces that I'm going to be putting it together with. I'm just going to take my glue here, and as you can see, I went with the armor and sword arm. Like I said, I really like that one better than the original sculpt, as it gives them a little bit more of a terror theme. I'm going to make the blade rusty and it's all banged up, so I kind of just feel like it should be with the Blood Engine, as he just wants to tear through his enemies. So like with the rest of the models, he just kind of, his arm just fits in the slot there. There's a little gap between the arm. Not sure if that's going to be an issue or anything, but I'll take a look at it once the model's all together. So I like that look, just because the armor kind of gives them a little bit more. So as you can see, I have to apply quite a bit of pressure on that piece there. There's a little bit of gap between the body and the arm, and pops right out. So that's what I love about these models, is that they're easy to dry fit, so you can see if there's any shaving that you need to do off, any sculpting that you might need to do a little later. So here, because there was that little gap, I'm just going to cut off that much of the male part of the model, just because it will allow me to get in as close as possible. And as always, when you're cutting, please use a cutting mat. Don't hold it in your hands. Cut away from you if you need to. Just take the safety precautions, because you can't replace limbs or appendages. So as you can see, it just took a little bit off, and it does help. Still need to apply a little bit of pressure here, as you can see, and it does help. You can shave it down even further, but I just go back in and I just put green stuff in it. It's not hard to fill that gap. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on there. And the reason I was using a toothpick earlier was the glue I use is not your traditional model style glue. It's not from Games Workshop or any places like that. Mine's an automotive style glue, so I only use a little bit because it's very, very adhesive, so it makes a strong bond. So here you can see I put on his backpack. Again, straightforward, just fit it into the slot. But I wanted to show you the back leg here. The male part on this cast was way too long, as you can see, and I couldn't push it in any further than that. So just, again, cutting away from me, cutting on my cutting mat, I'm just going to cut off as much as I need to from that part, just to make it fit a little bit more snug. So I cut off quite a bit of it, actually. But as you can see, there's still a little bit of a gap there, but that's not an issue. You can go in with green stuff. You can put stitching or anything you want there to cover it up if you want. I do go in and I do fill it with green stuff later on. So just coming in with a little bit of glue here. Don't need a lot as it is a strong adhesive, and just fitting it in there. And there is still a little bit of a gap, but it's not going to be that big of an issue later on. So let this guy sit for 24 hours to dry, just to give it a lot of time to bond before I come in with all my green stuff work, and just make sure nothing falls off on the model. So I'm going to be filling in all the gaps here on the arms, the leg, and getting it all smoothed out. So thanks guys for watching. If you like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Facebook, and again, thanks for watching, and have yourselves a great day, guys.